Recently, Yunnan Province in China has faced continuous heavy rainfall driven by monsoon air currents. In Nujiang Prefecture, persistent heavy to torrential rain has caused river levels to rise rapidly, leading to floods, landslides, and mudslides. Videos circulating online show a four-story riverside hotel along the Dulong River being swept away by floodwaters, with the entire building collapsing into the river. Nearby residents reacted with alarm. Raging river waters roar downstream as a three-story riverside house loses its foundation to the swift currents. The entire building collapses suddenly and falls into the river, creating a dramatic and alarming scene. A two-story residential building is at risk of collapse after being hit by a mountain flood. The person who posted the video hopes the rain will stop, saying vehicles have already been swept away by the flood and now the house faces danger. The area is home to ethnic minorities including the De Rong and Nu peoples. Most houses are wooden structures. Footage shows a small wooden house being carried away by floodwaters, drifting and colliding with another residence. Local rescue personnel are using excavators to help people trapped by the floods. The video shows floodwaters rushing through houses, destroying many homes. Bridges and roads have been washed away and many vehicles have been swept off by the flood. Two trucks transporting sand and gravel are about to be swept down by a mudslide and then carried away by floodwaters.
This kind of geological disaster. Wow, look at the flow speed. You see the bridge? It's about to collapse. Look at how rotten it already is over there.
The owner of a handicraft store posted a video expressing distress. You can't even put into words the heartbreak. Years of hard work gone in an instant. A video shows a sudden mudslide on a highway near Fugong County. Large amounts of mud and stone cascaded down instantly. People caught in the mudslide urgently called out.
Get out of the way. Look, the mudslide is coming. See how crazy it is?
Near Fugong County, a sudden mudslide occurs on the highway with massive mud and stones rushing down. Someone urgently urges everyone to run. The mudslide is coming, run! In the video, the woman appears to be swept away by the mudslide. Luckily, according to Chinese media reports, the woman urging people to run is Li Huang, a village work team member who later escaped safely. In an interview, she described the experience. On my way back to the village committee, I took a video on my phone to let my family and friends know I was safe. The mudslide suddenly came and swept me away. Luckily, I hid behind a stone pillar by the roadside, so I was unharmed, but all the supplies were washed away. In Yunnan, the roadbed of the Degong Highway in Diqing County was washed away by floodwaters, causing the road to collapse. Traffic control measures have been implemented. Just 10 minutes ago, a big rock fell and blocked the road, so we had to change our route again. Heavy rain has triggered landslide that destroyed homes and forced residents in mountainous areas to evacuate along muddy roads. Authorities and locals urge people to leave quickly to avoid further landslides. From 8 p.m. on May 30th to 8 p.m. on May 31st, Gongshan County recorded 2 stations reporting torrential rain and 12 stations reporting heavy rain, with the highest rainfall reaching 161.4 millimeters. Flood monitoring at Bailai Station in Dulongjiang Township showed water levels peaking at 1,656.2 meters, 0.43 meters above the guaranteed safe level, setting a new record since the station opened in 2021. Before the heavy rains, the area experienced mild drought, causing soil cracks that allowed water to seep in. This increased the weight of the rock's formation and reduced their stability, accelerating landslides and mudslides. With 90% of Nujiang's land consisting of steep slopes and geology prone to disasters, the region saw multiple landslides and mudslides during the storm. On May 31st, at around 2 10 p.m., a mudslide in Pulaidi Township, Gongshan County, cut off the road between Fugong and Gongshan. Earlier that day, at 5:30 a.m., a mudslide occurred on the Meili Highway in Kadong County, causing falling rocks and temporarily blocking traffic. Several landslides also disrupted the G219 highway between Nujiang and Bingchacha in Yunnan. Sections of the road collapsed near Bingzhongluo, and detour routes also gave way. In Pendan Township, tunnels collapsed, blocking traffic and stranding many vehicles. A local resident shared a video update.
The rain has stopped now. I just called the Transportation Bureau. There are still some small cars entering on G219, but the road blocked by the landslide up ahead hasn't been repaired. It's not that they haven't fixed it yet. They haven't started. Because it's a mudslide, and the affected area is quite large. This rural road has some rolling stones and mudslides. The smaller ones have been patched up, but there's a bridge ahead fully covered by the mudslide and damaged. So this rural road can't be passed by even excavators. The Road Bureau says it can't be repaired right now.
Reports indicate that more than 20 secondary disasters such as slope collapses, rock falls, and mudslides occurred in Dulongjiang Township. 16 bridges were destroyed, and the S318 Yunlin to Donglongjiang Highway was blocked in 97 locations. Multiple sections of the G219 National Highway were damaged by mudslides, with serious impacts on power and communication infrastructure. Flooding damaged buildings including the Gongshan County Traffic Police Office and the Dulongjiang Central School Playground. Early estimate place economic losses at approximately 87.54 million yuan. Thanks to early warnings and evacuations, no casualties have been reported. The heavy rain caused river levels to rise sharply along the Longjiang River, washing large amounts of floating wood downstream. Locals collected firewood despite the rain, climbing over barriers to gather logs washed ashore and stacking them by the roadside. The floating wood came from trees uprooted along the banks and timber from destroyed upstream houses. Residents reported using the wood as fuel. Authorities warned people not to collect wood from the river to prevent accidents and noted that some trees are protected species and cannot be taken. Some observers noted that collecting fallen wood helped clear river silt buildup. Others pointed out that many people in the region still live in challenging conditions. One comment said, "That's right, this is my hometown. Life is really tough for many families. What you see on TikTok only shows the good life and beautiful scenery, but no one truly cares about the everyday lives of ordinary people. When I was a kid, I used to gather firewood with my dad just like this." Some people in the comments asked what's the point of collecting it. In rural areas, it's used for cooking and feeding pigs. There's no natural gas out here. We work the land from dawn to dusk and depend on the weather. Every bit of saving counts. On May 31st, during China's Dragon Boat Festival holiday, many traveled to the area, a popular tourist destination. Heavy rain stranded many visitors. Some travel content creators shared videos of their harrowing experiences. One tourist couple driving on the Yonzi section of the Degong Expressway had to turn back quickly after a sudden mountain flood. Another TikToker encountered a landslide while traveling to Baijixing Dingqing in Yunnan. Local residents commented under the video, "This might be an after effect of the reservoir. Several places in Baijixing have sinking roadbeds, and no one knows when they might collapse. Passing through there is really scary." A self-driving tourist warned that the G219 section from Bingzhongluo is no longer passable in both directions and urged travelers to plan carefully. Some viewers said they were stuck in Bingzhongluo and hoped to leave the following day. Videos showed many vehicles stranded at landslide sites. In Pendan Township, Gongshan County, sudden mountain floods and mudslides caused riverbanks to overflow, damaging homes and farmland in Dimaluo village. These are scenes following the floods. According to a local resident who shared the video, the entire village was engulfed by mudslides. Thanks to early evacuations, no injuries or death have been reported, though the damage to the property is extensive. A travel TikToker who was visiting the area the day before posted a video saying their trip turned from sightseeing into a life-threatening situation.
昨天我们还在吃饭聊天的孙子，
Yesterday, we were still eating and chatting in the village. Today, the mountain flood just rushed in. When I saw the photos, my hands started shaking, and all I could say was, Di Ma Luo village is surrounded by mountains with the Nujiang River below. Usually, it's like an energetic kid, but when it bursts, it's like a boiling water faucet that you can't turn off. The mudslide blocked the road, and we almost got stuck and became news material. Luckily, we pushed through and left Dima Luo village. A few hours later, the mountain road collapsed and the river rose. Behind us was total chaos. We're still alive now, sitting in Bingzhuo Luo drinking water. We really escaped a disaster this time. On June 2nd, after emergency repairs, some roads reopened, allowing a travel blogger to finally escape from the stranded town of Bingzhuo Luo.
兄弟们终于从贡山已经跑出来了啊！
Brothers, we finally made it out of Gongshang. If you haven't left yet, hurry up, hurry up. This is the situation in Bingzhou Luo today.
The video shows muddy roads, but fallen rocks have been cleared enough for vehicles to pass with difficulty. According to the Chinese state-run Xinhua News Agency, on the evening of June 1st, heavy rain caused landslides, mudslides, and flash floods along several highways in Yunnan Prefecture, Yunnan Province. These included National Highway 214 from Shangri-La to Deqing, National Highway 215 from Nixing to Tacheng, and Provincial Highway 237 from Deqing to Weishi, causing multiple roads closures. Communications were temporarily interrupted in parts of Dulongjiang Township in Nujiang Prefecture. Several flash floods also occurred in the Meili Snow Mountain Scenic Area. Statistics as of 8 p.m. on June 1st show 1,652 households and 5,885 people affected by the disasters. 27 houses were damaged, 16 bridges were damaged or destroyed, and 97 road sections were blocked. Agriculture facilities including farms, chicken coops, pigsties, and fish ponds were also damaged. Estimated economic losses are about 87.5 million yuan. Tourist sites including the Dulongjiang Scenic Area and Donggan Holy Mountain Viewing Platform were temporarily closed. More than 630 tourists were stranded, though over 500 visitors in Bingzhuo Luo Town, Gongshan County have begun returning home. Meteorological forecasts predict continued heavy rainfall over the next 3 days, with Gongshan County expected to receive heavy to torrential rain on June 1st and 2nd, and moderate to heavy rain on June 3rd. On June 1st, large numbers of fish jumped out of the water in Dianqi Lake, Kunming, Yunnan. A blogger reported seeing about 300 to 400 fish leap from the water over a period of more than a minute. Local authorities said the phenomenon was caused by low oxygen levels in the water due to rain and described it as normal. However, this event sparked widespread discussions online. Some said it might be a sign of good luck, but more believed animals tend to sense natural disasters beforehand and saw it as a possible earthquake warning. Others noted that recent earthquakes had just occurred in Sichuan and Guangxi. The China Earthquake Administration reported a 3.9 magnitude earthquake struck Chongzhou City, Chengdu, Sichuan Province at 4:02 p.m. on June 1st. The quake's epicenter was at 30.9 degrees north latitude and 103.4 degrees east longitude with a depth of 12 kilometers. Videos captured strong shaking that was clearly felt by residents. Fortunately, no injuries or structural damage have been reported. At 9:20 p.m. on June 2nd, a 4.1 magnitude earthquake hit Fengshan County, Guangxi Province. The epicenter was at 24.5 degrees north latitude and 106.9 degrees east longitude with a depth of 10 kilometers. Surveillance footage showed buildings shaking violently as residents evacuated. However, students at Fengshan County Middle School attending evening study sessions did not evacuate, apparently because no evacuation orders were given. Some online commentators noted the calm response but suggested the school should strengthen earthquake preparedness. They also questioned what would happen if a stronger quake occurred. In recent days, China has experienced various unusual phenomena, alongside widespread rumors about CCP General Secretary Xi Jinping being removed from power. These rumors have fueled online discussions about political instability. According to China.com, at around 3 a.m. on May 31st, residents in several Beijing districts, including Tongzhou, were awakened by a loud noise, and the dark sky was suddenly lit up. Videos showed bright green fireworks rapidly moving across Beijing's night sky, ending with a strong explosion. Experts identify the phenomenon as a fireball meteor. Postdoctoral researcher Li Zhenye at the University of Chinese Academy of Sciences School of Astronomy and Space Science recorded the event at 2:51 a.m. on May 31st. Li said, "Our monitoring station successfully captured the event. Combined with videos posted online, we can see the typical green fireworks moving very fast and exploding violently. It is confirmed that what crossed Beijing's night sky was a fireball meteor." Previously, at around 9:30 p.m. on May 22nd, a similar fireball meteor appeared over Maoming, Guangdong Province, and Hainan. Trailing a long tail and briefly turning night into day, local residents reported loud noises accompanying the event. Not only Beijing, but other parts of China have also recently seen multiple fireball, meteor, and unidentified flying object sightings. On May 31st at around 9 p.m., users from Jiangxi, Anhui, Jiangsu, Shandong, and Hefei captured video footage as resembling a meteor shower lightening up the sky. The spectacle was described as dramatic and apocalyptic. On the evening of May 30th, many social media users from Weifang and Zhizhou in Shandong posted videos showing unidentified flying objects moving across the night sky. A resident of Weifang named Wang told Chinese media she and her sister saw unidentified flying objects flying over Chang'e County at around 8:45 p.m. on May 30th. Wang said she saw one large object followed by several smaller ones. It was really bright. I didn't quite realize what it was and I didn't make a wish. The incident sparked speculation online, with some suggesting the objects were fireball meteors. A space science outreach account noted that around 8:45 p.m. on May 30th, multiple regions, including Jiangxi, Anhui, Jiangsu, and Shandong, saw bright objects resembling meteor showers. A user in Anhui posted on the same day, "At the playground of Anhui Agricultural University over the northern sky of Hefei, I saw it lasting nearly 10 seconds. It looked like a fireball meteor with a long tail, but it seemed to move slower than a typical meteor." A fireball meteor is a very bright meteor, typically much brighter than an average shooting star. They occur when small celestial bodies such as asteroids or comet fragments enter Earth's atmosphere at high speed and burn up due to air friction. If a fireball explodes in the air, it produces a sound similar to thunder. Meteor fragments that survive the atmosphere and reach the ground are called meteorites. Between March and September last year, Beijing experienced 3 fireball meteor falls, all of which resulted in meteorites being recovered. The day after last year's National Day, a comet with an orbital period of over 60,000 years passed over Beijing. In ancient China, people believed in the unity of heaven and humanity. In classical texts, meteor and meteorites were often seen as omens of major events or social unrest, linked to the passing of prominent figures and regarded as bad omens. Some online commentators said heavens have heard the cries of the people below and seen the injustice of the CCP regime, but the Chinese people must actively take to the streets to express their dissatisfaction to the government. There must be a trigger, an excuse for reform, before heavens will push things to happen. If people remain silent, reform in China will be very difficult. Others commented and said, "A meteorite has fallen. Someone is going to die. If the meteorite is big enough, it means a big leader is going to die. It corresponds to the end of life of a big figure in the world, which is an ominous sign."